Ben, do you want to come on, Ben, like we've been doing? And do you want to bless my friend? May the magic of today be. Thank you very much, River. Would you like to come on, Ben, and talk about your. Okay, let's do. We're going to bring Ben on as a guest so that we can talk about his book and story.
All right, no face because I look a mess.
It's all good, Ben. We got some audio going on, so everyone who's joining in, we've got Ben here. He has a book question. Let's see if we can help him.
All right, so I was trying to write out my feelings. Well, not really my feelings, but like my characters are an extension of me, So,
Mm-hmm.
like I've been telling you, even though that I'm writing, it's a fan fiction and it's never going to be published because it's a fan fiction and blah 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 blah.
You can publish it on AO3
Oh, I suppose I could. I never really thought of it like
if
that,
you
but
want to. If you want to,
maybe. See, I didn't even know AO3 was
it's a
like,
fan fiction.
yeah, like but like the main character is the son of Linda Carter incarnation of Wonder Woman, and Lyle Wagner's incarnation of Steve Trevor in 1977. So it's taking place like in the 90s, and his love interest, who is kind of like a prince of a world that was destroyed by Brainiac around 3,000 years ago. So his powers were stunted by Brother Blood when he had come to Earth, by watching Victory is what the character's name is. Was red rummed in front of him, watched the blood drain from him, watched the light fade from his eyes, and that kind of what sent him over the edge and made his powers like explode out of him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And he's basically a god on Earth, kind of like Superman is, where he's alpha level meta. But now, because of his coming into his power, Brainiac has discovered him and is coming for him, right?
Okay.
So I'm kind of in a conundrum. Is like, I'm wondering if what would be more dramatic, because it's like I could just write it out and then delete it and then write it again, but it's just like I don't really want to get into that work, because this typing with this uh web book that I've got, a couple of the letters they don't like to letter. Okay. So it's like I look back and I'm like, oh, there's letters missing in these words. And I have to go back and edit really bad. So it's starting to annoy me. I might need to get a new a QWERTY keyboard for this thing. But anyway, so I'm thinking, do I want like Brainiac to come and render havoc everywhere and take Marcus, who's his name, and that's the only reason why he's come to Earth, and then leave again? Or do I want like him to come and take Marcus and use him? It's not an excuse, because I will write regardless. I've been writing on my phone and I will just use my phone. Or do I have him come and take Marcus and take over his brain and use him as an outlet to destroy Earth? Because
Okay.
so that's where I am right now.
So
Why I went to bed early, because I was like, I don't want to do this right now.
what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pull just 2 cards for you, and
Okay.
we're just gonna see what the cards show. I
Okay.
wish I had the DC deck, but also I have this Everyday Witch deck connected to this, so I have to use this deck for today. But let's see what these tarot cards say about what Brainiac should do. Let's just leave it open.
Okay.
Instead of giving you an either or situation, let's just say, what should Brainiac do to Marcus?
Okay.
Try that. Just see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Just what should Brainiac do to Marcus? Because I feel the first thing that came to my mind when you were saying something like that is just what, like, of course there's the traditional thing of what would Brainiac do, and that's usually what we always, what would he do is just like typical comic book thing. But
Right.
is there something else that would make it more exciting for even for you to write? Like instead
Mhm.
of just doing something typical like what's expected, I wonder if this can help you find a new way to write something else, even a new way to write Brainiac,
Mhm.
and just kind of go from there and just see if there's a different way to go about these situations.
And I enjoy a challenge.
Yeah,
So,
let's see what happens. Okay, so can you do anything with someone's father?
no, Steve is dead, and Marcus's father has been gone for over 3,000 years.
What I'm wondering I wonder if there's something that can be brought back from the father. The reason why I'm suggesting this is because you've got the emperor reversed. And the emperor is the father of the tarot. So I wonder if there's some kind of a way that you can bring the father back for just like even like almost like how Mufasa does with Simba, like in the clouds, just kind of like for like a message about like maybe Brainiac's like what he's done in the past, something of that nature. What I do kind of like also on this card is you've got a bunch of star signs on this, so there could be something in the stars with Brainiac going on. Uh, let's see. Blocked, delayed, healing, internal,
He
black.
could have literally have Marcus's dad.
That's true. See? The other card that's kind of coming up right now is you got the Four of Cups. And usually that means boredom. So obviously, what this, there's usually someone's bored of the opportunities that they have in front of them, and there's usually something else in the back that's like going to be presented or a new option, and you just kind of need to wait for that, or you're looking for that option. So I wonder if you really just need to pay attention to this Emperor card and just kind of see what comes up when you're looking at the Father of the Tarot. And also, let's break down the Emperor card for everyone. The Emperor card is again the Father of the Tarot, and the Emperor, since the Fathers they are more traditionally, they are rule makers, they are boundary makers, and they are usually bring in the breadwinners. So if they're protectors as well, but also since we've got boundaries here, um, or I'm sorry, with it reversed, we've got blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. So regarding boundaries, maybe there are some boundaries that have been broken. Maybe there are some boundaries or some restrictions that have been lifted by accident or something. And it depends on which character you want to write this direction from. Um, but I just kind of wonder if maybe also there's something to the effect of I wonder if, for some reason, what's coming to my head right now is Brainiac might be able to infiltrate Marcus and say, I'm a good guy, and Marcus might be able to believe him. Something of
Oh,
that, something of that nature, and actually make it a little bit more of it might prolong your story. I don't know how long your story is, but
I don't know yet.
that might be something that you can look into about having Brainiac become like pose as Marcus's father, maybe. Um, and not even pose as his actual father, but more maybe even create like a version of a father for Marcus to say, "Hey, your dad is gone, but I can step in and be your dad for whatever reason." But obviously, because it's reversed, it's not going to be helpful to Marcus. It's obviously going to be like the reader will know that it's not going to be going to end very well.
Right, like everybody but Marcus will see that, right?
So that might be something that you can play with. Did that help at all? At least try to
Chris,
apply something from a different direction.
if I could buy you a coffee right now.
I mean, you know where to go to get a reading. If you want to just give me a $5 tip, I'm totally down for that too. But no,
Chris,
that's kind of what I'm getting from these cards. I hope that was helpful to you.
no, it was like I got chills. Like
Oh,
I
good.
never even thought of that.
That's what the tarot does. It gives you different directions.
That's what I love about it. For
Yeah.
real. Do you have an Amazon wish list?
I do. If you go to my link tree, you can. It's one of the bottom buttons, and you can actually see I have an Amazon wish list. I think I have a Throne wish list. I think I have a. There's another independent bookstore wish list that I have as well. I think they're all three there.
Because
So
you
yeah, I
say
have.
you have the territorial as like your aid for astrology and whatnot. Do you happen
Mhm.
to have the tarot and astrology book,
I do.
the one
Um,
with Cleopatra on the cover?
that one.
Yeah, that's it. Because that's the one that's helping me immensely right now with the astrology thing.
Yeah, I need to reread it. I've been meaning to reread it. So that's my.
We
That's one
need
of my
to.
next.
Have you ever thought about like dual living with somebody?
Always. I've been trying to. I was trying to connect with other people to do that earlier, but I got overwhelmed in October with tarot events and restructuring Flow Your Mojo, what I want to do with it, and all this stuff. And so then holidays hit, and now we're here, and I'm just like, I needed to self care. So
Right. No, I get it.
I am. I would like to gear up to do some lives with other people
I
in the
think we should
in the
do a
group.
live together, friend.
Sure, I'm down.
Well, we'll discuss it at a later date, but we need to do one together because I want to introduce you to my spiritual community
Okay.
that will open doors to you to a whole bunch of other people that I mean you've met some of them already,
Mhm.
but I just think that as tarot readers and creators and spiritualists and people that are connected, I just think that you first of all have a light uniquely your own, and I think that's going to make people gravitate towards you. So
Thank you. Thank you.
yes, I think that we need to hobnob and discuss this, and I want to introduce you to some pretty freaking amazing people. So
Thank you. I'm down.
yeah,
2025, bring it. Let's do it.
let's do it. Let's do it. But thank you very much,
You're welcome.
and I'll pop back down into the chat.
Keep me posted on the story, and I would like to hopefully one day get the actual DC deck eventually, and maybe we can actually pull a DC
It's
deck.
a pitch deck, which drives me crazy because you can't tell me that out of how many years of DC that you can't find me an image that perfectly encapsulates the Ten of Wands or the Five of Swords. It drives me nuts. Like five swords or five pentacles. It drives me nuts. Pip decks drive me crazy.
Is
Like
that what it is? Maybe I don't
it's
need to buy a deck
lazy.
because I
It's
don't
like,
like Pip
do you have the
decks. Are not
Marvel
my.
deck? Do you have the Marvel deck?
I have the Marvel deck. I don't really want. I don't like using it.
I don't like. Yeah, it's like that.
Okay. Well,
Sadly.
that's depressing.
Hmm.
Well, I will. Yeah, keep me posted on how the story's coming then.
I will. I will definitely do that. And when it's finished, I'll send you a PDF.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon. Well, don't let you
Bye.
anyway. All right. Bye.
All right, everyone.